Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to be here each and every week. I do these lives for a couple of reasons. The first one is for you to be able to shift the way you look at your business. A lot of owners are so caught up in the day to day, they don't look at it from that 30,000 foot view. So 15 minutes a week is a great time to spend doing that and giving you that opportunity to really focus on that part of your business, the overall view. The second reason is for you to take one action item away each and every week. You can listen to me, you can read a book, listen to a podcast, whatever, but it's really in the action. That's when the magic happens. That's when the change happens, and it causes a ripple effect in your business. It doesn't take these huge, massive changes. Small changes can make a really big impact. A lot of times I get asked very often, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with single location auto shop owners. And I love this group. They've got grit, they've got drive. But again, these are the people that are coming to me because they really feel like they're sacrificing their personal life. They want to stop going 24/7, and they don't want to sacrifice the business at all. They want the business to do well. They don't want to give up their personal life. So I want to get started. If you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner that you believe it can help. This is a very giving group. So the topic for this week is technician to owner, 7 steps. And I'm doing this because I've recently been on calls with shop owners, and this really came up a lot. So I wanted to turn it into a live. If you're the one that you're still making part runs, or you're jumping on the floor of the shop, or you find yourself trying to solve every team problem yourself, you're not alone, right? This happens. It's very, very common. But we have to be real when it comes to this. That way of running your business really does have an expiration date. You can't continue doing it that way. Most shop owners that I talk to know that they're doing too much. When I meet them at a conference, when they're on a call with me, they understand it. They're buried in the day to day, and their business depends on them to keep going. That's not the problem, them understanding it. They already know that. But what they don't know is how to shift without everything falling apart. It's a very common discussion that we have. So today, I want to keep it really simple. There are these seven steps, basically. They're really smart moves. That's where they come in. They're not theory. They're not fluff. These are real practical changes that help you run a shop that's profitable, less stressful, and not 100% dependent on you. That's worth repeating. Can you imagine that? Not 100% dependent on you. So here's what it looks like in the real world. And let me know in the chat which one of these 7 steps really hit home for you, because it's going to be different for each and every person. So the first one is working on the business, not in the business. And I know you've heard this a number of times, but here's how you really make that practical. What you're doing is you're stepping out of the fire, right? You're in the fire day to day. The idea is step out. Stop chasing daily emergencies. Block 2 hours a week to really work on a fix for the root cause of a problem before they start costing you more time and more money. So just as a technician, when a vehicle comes in, they have to get to the root cause of the issue, right? A customer may think one thing is going on, but what's the first thing a technician needs to do? They need to really do some testing, some analyzing, some diagnostics on the vehicle to get to the root cause. Because what the customer thinks the problem might be, it could be something else that's causing that issue. We have to do the same thing in our business. So if we find that we're fixing the same problems over and over again, or trying to, or going in and chasing them, let's get to the root cause, because it really will help you save, right? Money and time. Number 2, take back your life. So what this means is you have to set up hours for yourself that work for your life. Your family shouldn't always come last. That's not what we're doing here. You're going to build time protection into your calendar, even if it's just one evening a week to start. So if you typically stay late at your shop, you're going to make sure that there's one evening a week that you are going to stop and you are going to go home and you're going to have dinner with your family. And, if you're going to go to a kid's game, or, if you're going to be in charge of bath night, whatever it is, if you have older children, you're going to be involved with some of their things. Or if it's just your relationship, right? You want to have a date night, or you want to have dinner together. The idea is you're going to put that in your calendar and you're going to protect it like it's a priority. You're going to block out that time. The third one is build a business that works for you. So what you want to do is make the shop work without you there. So questions to ask yourself: can the shop run for a day without you? Think about it. How about a week, right? How long can it go without you being there in the day-to-day? What you want to do, this is not to put anybody down or criticize anyone. The reason you do this exercise is to start looking for those holes, those gaps now, so that you're not trapped later on. And you're going to go in and say, okay, what can I do to fix this? Number 4 is be the leader the business needs. So right now, you may be operating as a technician, but now we have to shift hats and we have to say, okay, what kind of leader does this business need? So here's another one, right? Very that aligns with this. Think of yourself as the point guard, not the hero. Your job as the owner is not to score every point. It's to lead the plays, build the team, and track the results. You don't have to be the hero. Let your tech be the hero in fixing that vehicle and coming up with a really challenging diag, and they figured it out. Let them be the hero. You be the one that's leading them. You be the one that's supporting them or coaching them through it. But let them have that win. Don't rob them of it. Number 5, systematize everything. Get repeatable, not random. So the reason why I say that is if every customer or team situation, if you look at it and it's always new and it's always different, if it requires a new solution every time, then what you have is you have chaos. And we don't want that. We want to get away from that. So systems actually turn your shop into a machine that runs smooth, even when you're out, even when you're away, because people can follow systems. And the really good thing about a system that's so important is that, hi, Dorsey, nice to see you. Nice to have you here. The really good thing about the system is that everyone knows if they're winning. Everyone can see if they're following it. And when they get derailed and they're going off, they can be reminded. But it's an easy way to people to assess themselves and rate themselves to see how they're doing. The system stays tried and true. If you have to update it, you update it. But that's really important. Number 6 is developing a high performance team. So you want to build a team that can step up. Stop hiring just for hands. And I get it because people have said over and over again, Marianne, I'm having a real hard time finding people. But if you hire and develop people who can think, communicate, and care about doing things right the first time, that is huge. And there's a whole way that you can go in and market to those type of people and resonate with those type of people, but it really starts with building what you already have, building that team that could step up, aligning the team, including them in some of the systems and processes that you're creating, because then they realize how much you value their opinion, value their thoughts, value their experience. And as a technician yourself, if you were a technician, many owners that I speak to said that they didn't feel valued. They didn't feel appreciated when they were in that role working for someone else. So we don't want to repeat that with our own team. Very important. And lastly, number 7, continually, right? This is something that you have to be consistent about, continually improving systems. So the idea is you're going to create a system, but new technology is going to come out and you're going to come up with another way of doing things. Don't settle for that's how we've always done it. That's so outdated. It's so archaic. Review what's working, cut out what's not working, and tweak as you go. That's how you grow without burning yourself out. So I'm just going to very quickly run down these 7 for you. Work on the business, not in it. Take back your life. Build a business that works for you. Become the leader your business needs. Systematize everything. Develop a high performance team and continually improve systems. Those are the 7. Don't try to do them all at once. Take it one by one. And I'm curious which one of these really stands out and hits home for you, right? Where is it? Which one resonates with you? If you want to put it in the chat, feel free to put it in the chat. You're going to find out that other people feel the same way too. So each week, I share with you an action step that you can take each and every week, because you can listen to me, but it's the action that makes the difference. Todd says one of the toughest lessons to learn for him was to realize that I was no longer the hero and needed to be the best at everything. 100%, Todd. I need to provide the environment for my staff to succeed. That's a great, thanks for sharing that. That's a great example of don't rob them of the win, right? That we don't want to do that. We want to definitely have them enjoy that win and feel that success. So for this week, pick one area where you're still doing it all. And it's frustrating you, it's causing you angst, and your team knows it, they feel it. Write that down. Whatever area that is in your business, right? Whatever it is, write it down. And then ask yourself this question: what would this look like if I led it instead of did it? Then you want to start off with the handoff. But you want to ask yourself that question first. If you actually led it and showed someone and explained it to someone instead of always going in and having to do it. Now, the pro thinking tip, I always leave you with a pro thinking tip. And for this week, it's a technician's thinking is, I can do it faster. An owner's thinking asks, how can I build something that works without me? Very different way of thinking. So there's a lot of skills, there's a lot of things that you do and did as a technician that are very helpful as an owner. I totally agree with you. Applying systems that work. Yes, 100%, Dorsey. Apply those systems, because this way people know when they're winning and they can feel it, and the whole shop feels it. And when you leave, you have confidence in the team. And it's not always, we don't always want to wait for an emergency for an owner to have to step out. It's good for an owner to step out because they want to take a vacation, and the team appreciates it as well. So again, if you're watching this on the replay afterwards, put your comments in. I'll respond to each and every one of them. I'm so happy that you're here. That's it for this week's Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. Look forward to seeing you next week, and have an enjoyable week.